It's great. Doug, I'm looking at our lineup today for our interview with you, and the one thing is Doug MacLean's All-Star experience. And I wanted to get your take on the NHL All-Star game. Your thought, is it something you enjoy? Have you been involved?
I was really fortunate in my first year coaching in the NHL. I was the All-Star coach, and
Awesome.
in my second year coaching in the NHL, I was the All-Star coach. So back-to-back years, and I've got some unbelievable fond memories of it. And I think the fondest of it of all was that after the second period. The first year was in Boston, and it was Ray Bourque was on our team, and it was an unbelievable game. And it ended up, I believe it was 4-3 with Bourque scoring the winning goal with like 50 seconds left in the game in Boston. And it was just an amazing end. But I'll never forget after the second period, it was a tough, hard-fought game, and I walked down the bench to Lindy Ruff, who was my assistant coach. I said, Lindy, Hammerlick is brutal. He's awful. Don't play him the rest of the game. So we benched Hammerlick. Lindy looked at me and said, "You're not serious." I said, "I'm serious, Lindy. If we win this game, we get $10,000 each. If we lose the game, we get nothing. Hammerlick sits the rest of the game." Then I looked at poor Craig McTavish. At that time, we had a honorary captain that played on the team, and that year it was Craig McTavish, and I had 4 lines and Craig McTavish. And I leaned down to Craig. I said, "Craig, it's too hard trying to fit you in on the lines. I'm going to sit you the rest of the game too." So anyway,
Benched in an All-Star game.
I'll never forget. I walked in after the second period, and the boys were, it's kind of a fun event. I said, "Boys, here's the deal. You guys don't want to play. You don't want to play. That's fine. You want to just come and party for the weekend. That's great with you. I want to win the game. I'm going to win the game because it's $10,000 to me. So if you don't want to play hard, you're not going to play. Simple as that." They thought I was crazy, but we ended up winning, so it was good.
Paid for his scooter today.
That's right.
But I got the best story. Listen. This is a story, and Kippy's heard this story 100 times, but I got to tell you. This tells you all you need to know about NHL players. So Clark comes with me to the All-Star game in San Jose. That's the next year. Wayne Gretzky's on my team. And my son Clark was 9, and Wayne Gretzky was on the team. Clark had this amazing stick collection in, where he had Fedorov and Yzerman and Lindros and Lemieux, but he didn't have a Gretzky, Silver, Easton. And so I phoned Mike Burnett. I said, "Look, Wayne's coming to the All-Star game. Is there any way you could get Clark a stick from Wayne?" So Wayne shows up. I'm sitting in the office. Wayne comes in the office with Mike and his agent, and Clark's in the office in the dressing room with me, gives him the stick, signs it right away. "Hey, Clark, here's your stick." Clark just about fainted meeting Wayne Gretzky. So that was fine. Clark's a stick boy for the weekend. Come on the bench for me. Come on the bench with me as a stick boy during the game. It was a highlight of one of the greatest highlights of my life, have him on the bench. After the game, Wayne Gretzky calls Clark over in the dressing room and said, "Hey, Clark, you were really great helping out. Really appreciate all the help you gave us." Takes off his game-worn jersey, signs it to Clark, your friend Wayne Gretzky, and gives him his game-worn jersey. Tell me who would ever think to do that, or who would ever do that, except Wayne Gretzky. So I meet Wayne about 3 or 4 years later in Columbus, the opening of a huge event in Columbus, Easton Project it was called, and Wayne was there with the limited people, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was with him, and I'm there at the event, and I go over to him, we're talking. I said, "Wayne, I can't believe what you did for Clark 3 years ago. You gave him that jersey." And he said, "Well, Doug," he said, I really, really hope he's enjoying it because I'm still in shit with the NHL for giving it to him."
Oh, I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah. That's a big deal, that jersey.
But imagine.
What do you think it's worth today?
And
Nothing.
Well, because it's
personalized.
It's personalized to Clark, but you wouldn't believe the number of people like Clark has it in his cottage in PEI on the wall. I mean, it's just so cool. Wayne Gretzky's All-Star jersey. I mean, it's mind-boggling, So I think it was a great story because Wayne, I've always respected him so much, and for him to do that for a kid, it was just. And Clark will never forget. He was 9, and he will never forget that event. So the All-Star game was great. I'll never forget. We were walking out of the rink in San Jose when Clark's got his jersey, wearing Wayne Gretzky's jersey out of the rink, and Ron Joyce, the former, the owner of Tim Hortons and Wendy's or Tim Hortons, whatever he was involved in, and Ron was a minority owner of Calgary at the time. And he said to Jill, he said, "Your son's got Wayne Gretzky jersey on, right?" And Jill said, "Yeah." And he said, "I would pick him up and hold on to him because somebody may kidnap him just to get that jersey."
Yeah, and you were not very smart to tell everybody where it was right now. I mean, you want to repeat that it's in a vault right now at the bank?
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, I had a great time, and the players were so great. It was, but they were competitive games then. It was competitive games. The game I coached in San Jose, the second one, was the one where Olin Nolan pointed at the net and scored. Remember that one?
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a wide open 9-7 affair. But I mean, I put on the ice the last minute of the game. I put this line. I put Gretzky, Lemieux, Messier, Coffey, and who was the fifth defenseman? Was it wasn't Lidstrom?
It could have been Roman Hammerlick, and they'd have been just fine.
No, it was more. But and I remember the crowd going crazy when these 5 guys come over there. So it's Coffey, and it must have, I don't know. It was in the word. I forget who it was, but anyway, it was the best 5 players in the world at that time, and they stepped on the ice for the final shift of the game. So it was just a fun event to be around.